now we're going to look at the divisibility rules for 3 and 9 because those two are tied together. And this is probably the divisibility rule that I use the most. I use it all the time. And it's a great rule, and it's one that I swear I never learned as a kid. And then when I finally learned it as an adult, I felt cheated because I was like, man, I wish I had known this all those years. So these divisibility rules for 3 and 9, because 9 is 3 times 3, so these are going to be kind of tied together. You start by adding up the digits in the number. If the sum of the digits of the number is divisible by 3, then the whole number is divisible by 3. And if the sum of the digits is divisible by 9, then the entire number is going to be divisible by 9. So this is a really, really neat rule. So we'll start off with 739. I want to know if it's divisible by 3 and 9, so we have to do the sum of the digits. So 7 plus 3 plus 9. Well, 7 and 3 make 10, and then 9 is 19. So we want to know, is 739 divisible by 3? We'll look at the sum of the digits, 19. Does 3 divide 19? No. So is this number going to be divisible by 3? Nope, it sure is not. If 3 doesn't divide the sum, it's not going to divide the whole number. So what about 9? Does 9 divide 19? Again, we're just looking at the sum of the digits. Nope, 9 doesn't divide 19, and so that means 9 is not going to divide 739. So that's how you do the divisibility rules for 3 and 9. Let's try this one. Or you can pause the video and try it yourself. So we have to do 2 plus 8 plus 6 plus 4 plus 1. Oh, that's 10, and there's another 10, and then a 1. So that sum is 21. That's the number that we're going to use. I want to know, does 3 divide 21? And does 9 divide 21? So let's see, does 3 divide 21? Yes, 3 times 7 is 21. This one, yes. So that means 3 divides 28,641. What about 9? Does 9 divide 21? No. So that means 9 will not divide 28,641. So for 3 and 9, you use the sum of the digits, and this is absolutely one that you need to have in your toolbox. So then the other rule that we're going to talk about is the divisibility rule for 6. So this is kind of like a combo rule, and it's because 6 is 3 times 2, right? So if a number is going to be divisible by 6, it inherently has to be divisible by 3 and also 2, which means you have to do the divisibility rule for 2 and also the divisibility rule for 3. So divisible by 2, that means the last digit is even. That's what divisible by 2 means. The last digit, the ones place, is even. And for 3, you have to look at the sum of the digits. Has to be divisible by 3. So we have to do 2 rules to figure out if a number is divisible by 6. Okay, so we've got 2 numbers here. And you can do this by column, you can do this by row, however you want to do it. It really doesn't matter to me. So is this, let's do divisible by 2 first. Let's do that, because we just have to look at a single digit. So divisible by 2, this one, we just have to look at 6. Is it divisible by 2? Yes, because that's even. How about this number, 952? Look at the 2. Oh, that's even. Divisible by 2? Yes. Okay, just look at that last digit. All right, so for divisible by 3, we have to look at the sum of the digits. So 4 plus 8 plus 6. 4 plus 8 plus 6, that's going to be 18. Does 3 divide 18? Does it divide the sum? Yes. So that means 486 is divisible by 3. And I didn't have to divide it to know. I just know that 3 is going to divide evenly because it divides the sum evenly. Let's look at 952. 9 plus 5 plus 2. How much is that going to be? Well, that's 9 plus 7. That's going to be 16. So the question is, does 3 divide 16? no. So this one is going to be a no. So both numbers are divisible by 2. Only the first number is divisible by 3. So if you want a number to be divisible by 6, you have to have answered yes for both of the previous tests. So since 2 divides it and 3 divides it, that means 6 is going to divide 486. For this one, 2 divides it, but 3 doesn't, so 6 will not. These both have to say yes if you're going to be divisible, if the number is going to be divisible by 6. So that's how you do the divisibility rules for 3, 9, and 6. 3 and 9 involve the sum of the digits. 6 is a combination of 2 and 3.